Hey everyone, I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day so far. I wanted to break down Bitcoin a little bit more for you guys and a few altcoins that are making some moves today. Because overall, Bitcoin has been going up. You guys can see this. Let me zoom in here on the weekly charts. We're very, very close to the all-time highs. We are currently back above $73,000, and things are looking pretty darn good. Now, if you guys were looking for opportunities to buy, we have them every now and again, but it really looks like they're just these sudden dips that come out of nowhere where we're just consolidating for a while and then we just kind of dump back down, consolidate for a while, dump back down. And I'm still not entirely sure why we're seeing this many dumps happen like this. It's been a little bit more confusing to me, but what I know that's been working for me so far is just buying up some of my favorite assets when we have these dumps. The easiest way that I found to trade this is just to buy and to hold. Although if you guys are looking for a swing trade, I think that's where the difficulty comes along, because you're not entirely sure if 2 to 3 days from now, everything is still going to be going in the right direction. As far as the weekly charts and the daily charts are concerned, I've seen more upward momentum coming, of course, but sometimes that extra during a volatile time, it kind of freaks me out a little bit, so I just have been avoiding those types of trades. Instead of what I've been doing is buying the dip and then just selling a few hours later. That seems to be the key here, and even in this example here, you buy the dip, and we come back up to this level of resistance, and you can already see those people taking some profits right there. That's typically my strategy for this. Each of you guys can have your own, but I figured that that's an easy in and out trade that lasts a few hours, and you guys are able to make some money off of it. Now, as far as the market's concerned, the weekly charts are still bullish. I just want you guys to understand this. Daily chart is also still bullish. The 4-hour charts are more mixed, I would say, at this point. They are getting more mixed, so we should have a larger, robust move upwards. If we don't, I do think there's a pullback that we could have that takes us all the way back down towards like $67,000, sub 70,000 basically. And while I may think that that's going to be a hard thing for us to do, if we don't necessarily have that robust move up, again, those moving averages catch up to us, and all it takes is one drop below them to really get us down into a murkier situation. Now, the 4-hour chart, this is something we don't want to break down below as far as the 20 moving average, excuse me. Still talking too much right now. However, this to me is just a warning sign if we start breaking down from here of what's going to happen with the daily chart. So if you go over here, we are currently pretty far away from the 20-day moving average, but not so far that you guys aren't noticing it's there on the screen, right? So we want to see Bitcoin continue to break out today and for the rest of the week and try to get a surge back up here towards $75,000 to $80,000. That's really where things will get a little bit easier for us, because that gives us an opportunity, of course, to go sideways for a while without having to worry about the 20-day moving average freaking us out or coming too close where we have to dip. And again, the last few times we have come into contact with it, they have been pretty volatile times, especially when we've been going sideways for a hot minute. The longer we go sideways, the more the 50 has a chance to get up to us too, and that 50 is also an important thing. Right now for us, thank God, the 50 moving average is not anywhere close to us. That is still a good sign. So, in this respect, I'm basically going to be taking a little bit of time off from trading Bitcoin, maybe doing some, buying of these dips and so forth, but the returns that I've been getting for some of these breakouts have not really been enough for me to be excited about, to be frank. So instead, this is where I would say come over to the altcoin world with me and see what we can find. Ethereum has mostly been like Bitcoin, which is something that I like to trade a lot. Not this time around. Instead, we've been seeing a lot of different tokens out there, like ape tokens and so forth. And these ones have been having some really nice rallies, although sometimes they do take a little bit longer to actually achieve the move, in which case you might just have to hope that your stop loss doesn't hit like down here, or you guys can just get out of the trade and be like, okay, I didn't make any money as fast as I wanted to, I'm just going to be out. Or if you guys want to get in and out faster, you can just say, well, there's a level of resistance over here. Maybe I'll sell when we get close to it, right? The key here, in my opinion, and this point in time, because Bitcoin is having these kind of random dips, is that you don't necessarily want to be holding for a very long time. For me, it's more of, as I see these breakouts happening, I will buy the breakout. As it goes up, I will slowly move my stop loss up if I see the price going pretty wild. But typically, if we hit a larger level of resistance in the first few hours, I'm going to be okay with selling right then and there. Usually, it's going to be the second or third level of resistance. So in this case right here, I think we came up to the first level. The second level was the thing that kind of bashed us back down. And of course, the third level all the way up here, that one really bashed us down as well. But if you're willing to give it some more time, you guys were okay. But this is like a whole extra day of holding. Things like Arbitrum and things like, again, it went right up to a level of resistance and it got smashed back down. you may say, hey, I want it to go higher. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So by moving up your stop loss for this example, right, it's pumping up, you buy right here, your stop loss is going to be right here, right here, right here, probably right here or right here is going to be a little bit better. As it moves up here, you might want to move your stop loss back up here. As it moves up here, you might want to move your stop loss right here. So you might not get the whole thing. You might sell 20 or 30% over here. It comes back down, your stop loss hits, and you're still able to make some profit, which is going to be the key thing here. You're going to have to learn how to lock in the profits because these breakouts aren't lasting as long. Maybe as Bitcoin consolidates over the next few days, if it does, it should not. We should really see this thing start to boom up. If it starts to consolidate these next few days, I'm going to be kind of worried that we're looking at a little bit more of a drop coming up next week, which would kind of not be my favorite thing to be talking about, of course. Now, but things out there, if you see these breakouts, they seem to be pretty reliable, even in some of these ranges. Again, a breakout over here. Did it hit your stop loss? No. Momentum was on your side over here. What's momentum? Oh, I guess I didn't put this in the right spot, but still the same thing. Kind of a false breakout here, but regardless, it ended up working out because, of course, all the momentum is pointing towards upward right now. It hits that first level of resistance. It hits a second level of resistance, but it does not hit the third. You have opportunities to scale it, and you have opportunities to move up that that stop loss. Now, BNB is one of those big moves today. If you guys are looking to do day trades, BNB is one of my favorites at this point in time. Bonk is also trying to make some moves here. Not my favorite as far as day trading, but swing trading, it seems to have been working out fairly well. And then lastly over here, we have WIF. This is the most volatile one of the day that I'm looking at. Miro is also making some moves here, but WIF seems to be doing very, very well off of the breakout. It has hit a few levels of resistance, but this is one of those few that have moved up a lot higher. And something that's really nice is, as it's been going higher, if you guys are using the order blocks, it hasn't necessarily broken back down to cause the stop loss. So right now your stop loss is probably over here at 238, or if you're really aggressive, your stop loss is at 256. Whatever that may be, look for those types of plays. Look for other maybe meme tokens out there. Hopefully Dogecoin and Sheep could have a move, but it seems to be those smaller meme coins actually having those types of 10+% types of days, okay? Now, the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about here is going to be the AI tokens. For that, I want to go over here to the daily charts because these things have been dormant for a hot minute. And let's just go over a few of them, like Fetch AI, basically, right? They're cooling off quite a bit. I'm not really trading these at this point in time. I'm basically waiting to see what happens next. If this were to be a normal trade, I might think we're going to be breaking back down towards 246 here before making another move up. I'm patiently watching. I was hoping for something of a better breakout. We had a breakout over here, as you guys can see right there, and right there. It wasn't able to hold, but if you guys look on the 1 hour chart, it might have looked like it, but that was because on the 4 hour chart, of course, everything was still bearish right here. So really pay attention to those 4 hour technicals and the daily technicals, and then of course you could enter the trade in on those hourly charts. This is one example right here. I'm waiting to see if it does manage to break out. So far, it has not had much luck. I doubt we're going to break down below the support level, kind of around $2.40. But when I'm looking at them, I might take a small position down here and then wait for the breakout. That's not the usual way I do things. Normally, I will wait for the breakout. That's kind of my way of trading. But maybe just this time, I want to see if I can get a larger move and get a better entry price. The stop loss will be very, very short, though. If I'm buying at 246, my stop loss is going to be around 242, 4 cents a share. That's really how much I'm going to be winning on this one. Things like NMR still coming back down quite a bit, not looking too good. The 4 hour charts still look very bearish, and of course, the last one I wanted to talk to you guys about is AGX. This one, everything's still bearish. There's an opportunity for bullish activity here pretty soon, but this one looks like it has a better chance of bouncing than the Fetch AI one. So I'm going to be watching AGX here, pretty soon. But that's about it. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I hope to see you guys a little bit later on tonight. Thanks.